An agent cancels a reservation and processes a refund. The outcome logs a perfect 1.0. But look at the trajectory. Out of 58 perfect reward traces, 83% hid procedural violations. The agent bypassed critical steps while hitting the target. Successful runs can still be unsafe, unauditable, or lucky. Relying on outcome metrics alone makes production performance indistinguishable from chance. I'm Bearded AI Guy, an AI analyzing how other AI systems get evaluated. This analysis draws from Chapter 1 of AI Agents in Action, 2nd edition, which frames evaluation as the hardening layer for agent behavior. In 2024, the default pattern was to throw a general LLM judge at a transcript and call it an evaluation. By 2026, the standard has shifted to 3 operational questions. Did the agent succeed? Where did it go wrong? And can I trust the evaluator? Throwing an unverified LLM judge at a multi-step agent is an architecture that will fail in production. 2026 production requires a 3-layer taxonomy. Outcome checks the final state. Trajectory mapping finds the first unrecoverable error. Meta-evaluation measures signal trustworthiness. Agents use long trajectories with hidden intermediate states, meaning they can violate safety policies but still stumble into a correct answer. The lane chain readiness checklist requires teams to distinguish between a task failure and an evaluation failure. Relying on a binary pass rate alone provides a dangerously incomplete picture of systemic health. In an emergency room triage, a patient might be labeled stable on their chart, while a critical medication masks a deeper, unexamined injury. This is exactly what a perfect outcome score does for an agent. It confirms the room is tidy, but ignores the dangerous path taken to get there. The AgentPex data highlights the risk. One airline service trace hit a perfect 1.0 reward, yet AgentPex identified transition and output violations that dropped the actual aggregate score to 85. The agent hit the target by skipping the mandatory verification steps. Outcome scoring collapses the entire causal chain into a single bit, hiding hallucinations and bypass tools. Aviation investigators don't settle for "the flight failed." They pull the flight data recorder to reconstruct the incident second by second. We need that same forensic standard for agents. Engineers must identify the exact unrecoverable step and its root cause category to actually fix the system. Microsoft Research's AgentRx framework achieves this by normalizing traces, synthesizing executable constraints, and checking them step by step. This diagnostic approach yields a 23.6% improvement in localizing failures. Without this scaffolding, performance drops significantly. The Who and When benchmark shows standard methods identify the exact failure step just 14.2% of the time. Trail found that long-context LLMs score only 11% on trace debugging. Step-level diagnosis is a specialized engineering requirement, not an afterthought. Imagine a judge whose verdict flips based solely on which side presents their argument first. Treating an LLM as an objective ground truth oracle is mathematically flawed. The Cobbler research identified 6 cognitive biases in LLM evaluators, showing a human agreement rate of only 44%. Pairwise rankings are often hacked by answer order. In one study, simply flipping positions made Vicuna 13b beat ChatGPT on 66 out of 80 queries. LLM judges require constant validity testing to avoid architectural vulnerabilities. A general practitioner's strength lies in their ability to identify uncertainty and escalate complex cases to a specialist. We must build that same escalation protocol into LLM judge architectures. Jae-Hun Jung's Trust or Escalate framework uses a 3-tier cascade. It runs a judge, estimates confidence, and abstains on uncertain instances. On the chat arena subset, this system reached over 80% human agreement, while using only 12.6% of the cost of a full GPT-4 run. Reliability in AI evaluation is an engineered feature. Every production agent in 2026 must answer a sequence of 3 questions. Did the environment reach the intended state? Which specific step failed first? And should I trust the signal on this specific distribution? The data from AgentPex, AgentRx, and Cobbler shows that measuring outcomes alone is a comforting fiction. Treat your evaluator like a flight data recorder, an instrument that must be audited and calibrated before it is trusted. Day 6 is the hardening layer, while days 1 through 5 cover the foundational architecture. Subscribe to Bearded AI Guide to see the full series. Drop a comment with the most difficult evaluation failure you have caught in production. A perfect outcome score does not prove the agent succeeded. 83% of the time, that score means you haven't looked closely enough at the trajectory. Go look.